from France, from Portugal, from Turkey, from China. But you can't walk from here to here. From Africa to Asia. From Europe. And that's still true today. You cannot drive from Germany to Algeria without going right through the land of Israel. And you can always say there are ships, and that's true. But ships are small, and they don't carry a lot of people. Until the last century, ships were small. We have to talk about it. We have to get from Egypt along the seacoast of northern Sinai. We have to get to the first great city, which is Gaza. And from the top of the Golan Heights, Quneitra. Here's Quneitra. To Damascus, that's the 60 kilometers. We were on the southern Golan here. When we were at Gamla, we never got really to the northern Golan. Cut stream was about the middle. We never really got up to here. Mount Hermon is up there. And from Quneitra all the way to Damascus, this is the 70 kilometers. So in fact, we have to get from down here at Gaza. We have to get from Gaza to here. And this I want to talk about in a little detail, even though I understand that it's cold. To Ashkelon, you're okay. Ashdod, you're okay. And then you have to start pulling inland. There's not even a road along the very coast, even all the way down south of Tel Aviv. There's no road along the coast because all this is sand dunes. There's roads up here, but all this is sand dunes. You're pushing in from the sand. You're pushing in, and here you have to avoid the Yarkon River, which makes a big, huge swamp all the way there. Push in. When you get to here, you got a real problem, and the problem is that here comes Mount Carmel, which we've been on, because we came from Haifa. We were right on the Carmel, and the Carmel sticks right out to sea. We came right down the spine of it this way. When you get to Haifa, sticking here, then you have a choice, because the Carmel is pushing you out to sea. So it's true that you can get all the way around down here. I got to spread this map again. You can get all the way this way if you want to and go up the ladder of Tyre and go to Beirut if that's the way you want to go. But we don't want to go this way. We want to go this way because we have to get to Quneitra. So we got to cross the mountain. And when you got to cross the mountains, then you're stuck with the passes because you don't cross a mountain where you want, you cross a mountain where the mountain wants. I mean, anybody, Brian especially, could probably go right to possibilities and what you thought. The first, you can go up the coast and go through the mountain pass that we in fact went through. We came down from Haifa, we ended at the middle of the pass, we came down the pass and we turned right. That's this one. That's Yokneam. That's the big pass of Yokneam, and that's the northern one. Or you can go down the southern pass, which is way through here, it goes right through the West Bank. That's Dotan. Emek Dotan. And the valley of Dotan we know about because Joseph was there. Joseph brought messages to his brothers who were shepherding, and the brothers took him and took off the coat of many colors, and they put him in a pit. Remember that story? And they sold him to a caravan of Ishmaelites going to Egypt, by which you just learned that this is a caravan route. Because if it wasn't a caravan route, there wouldn't have been a caravan of Ishmaelites going to Egypt there. But the middle pass, the main pass, the pass which goes right through the middle, not the northern one at Yokneam and not the southern one through Dotan. The main middle mountain pass is right this one here, and right at the end of the main pass, right where my finger is now, where the main road is even now, that is Megiddo. By which I just learned that I'm standing at the main city, on the main mountain pass of the main road, protecting all of the centers of world civilization, right here. 99% of all the traffic in the world, international traffic, is going right here at my feet. Now that's action, everybody. That's action. You got the world right where you want it. It's action. All you need is 0.25% of all the value of goods and services and taxes. 1/8%.
Just need a George Washington Bridge toll.
Toll. And by the way, the bridge is not a half bad example. Because in fact, some people say that if you live, it's the history of Israel is like living on a New Jersey turnpike.
Yeah.
If you got a toll booth, I don't want this. If you got a toll booth, you can make a lot of money.
Right.
But you can get run over real easy.
Right.
And that's the whole story of the country. You can get run over real easy. So this why Megiddo is so important, and this why you have such violence. I mean, is it surprising you have violence here? Look at the tell. There's a tell here. We've seen Beit Shan. We've seen Tzipori, which is not really much of a tell, actually. We've seen these cities with 20 layers on it. Why the hell do they have 20 layers on it? Why not just leave the city alone? Layer, 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 layer. That's violence, everybody. It's also creativity, of course. But it's violence. Things are destroyed. I mean, Troy wasn't destroyed 14 times. Rome wasn't destroyed 20 times. Violence is what you have here. Also creativity, because that's the place where the Greeks and everybody else met each other. Now, guys, what you have then, you have a situation where we are not surprised to learn that the first battle in all of recorded history happened right here. And we will not be surprised to learn that the last battle in all of recorded history will happen at exactly the same place. I'll tell you. Why? Well, why is already clear. Because you're on the main road, or your main mountain pass, or the main road connecting the main centers of civilization. You got to get from Egypt, from Africa to Asia. You go right through this mountain pass right here at the Megiddo. That's why.
Even in our modern day?
Modern times is a different story. Modern times you have airplanes and all kinds of things.
Okay.
But if it were land traffic, it would still be true.
Okay.
So that is until 100 years ago.
Okay.
Now, the first battle in all of world history, that's Thutmose III. Thutmose III was the pharaoh of Egypt. He set out on a big campaign, Marshall, a big campaign to pacify the recalcitrant tribes of Canaan. He said, I left the Delta with my army on the 25th of April. By the 25th of May, I was in Gaza. That's how we know. That's how we know it was a month's trip. It took the Israelites 40 years, because Jews go slow. But it's a trip of a month. You know, this guy's got postcards and I was buying souvenirs and I was going to go to the toilet. Called Yaham. There's an Arab village called Yama right there, somewhere. And there I had a conference with my generals, he said. And one general said, the Canaanites of Megiddo are expecting you. They got spies out there, they know. If you go through the narrow pass, your head is going to be there, your tail is going to be there, and they're going to get you. Spread out through the pass. Therefore, let my lord the king go up around north through Yokneam and sneak. That was the tell we just saw. Go up through the north and sneak around Megiddo from that way, the way we came. And the other one said, let my lord the king go through Tanakh, that's the big city in the valley of Dotan, and sneak up around that way. But I decided, says Thutmose, that since the Canaanites will be expecting me to sneak up from the sides, I'm going to go through the middle. And the important thing was not the battle, the important thing was that he got his army through the pass safely. And that was the first battle in all of recorded history. And then there were other battles before that, we don't know details. And then after that, you have all kinds of battles. General Allenby did this, and Napoleon did this, and in the New Testament. He gathered them together at Armageddon. What's Armageddon? Har Megiddo. Ar is Har, and Megiddo, at Mount Megiddo.
Har is Mount.
Armageddon is a word for the last big war. Well, what Armageddon is a place. It's this. Armageddon means Har Megiddo.
Har is mountain?
Har is mountain. It's true. Listen, guys, so what you got here is, I think you got here a secret, a whole clue to understanding the whole country. Because in fact what happens, you have enormous creativity here on the one hand. You have Jews and Christians. Imagine what comes out of the whole world. Islam and Judaism and Christianity come out of here. Islam came out of Arabia, but all the ideas are from here. You have the place where the Greeks, I mean look, where the Greeks meet the Assyrians, where the Assyrians meet the Egyptians, where the Africans meet the Asians, right here in the middle of the world, right here in the middle of the world where you have to go through. The Greeks coming down, the Turks and the Romans and the Hittites and the God knows what, and all this Mesopotamian stuff and all the African stuff and all the Arabian stuff, everybody's meeting right there. So therefore, on the one hand, you have tremendous creativity.
Megiddo?
No, the source is really based on Chatzor, with the water system of Megiddo.
So like the 25th time they had a war, is like that the builder of the tunnel.
Yeah,
he, like,
the tunnel is
his
here.
name and stuff.
Yeah, but he didn't.
He did.
He didn't. There's another inscription from a different tunnel. The source is a composite. The source is not history. It's a composite of a lot of things.
I'll meet you at the tail.
Okay. Here was the gatehouse. Now there should be two buildings. One, two. The second room was filled up. It's been filled up later on. One room, two rooms, three rooms, and a tower. And the other side has been taken away. The archaeologist looked at it, dug it, photographed it, and took it away. So we saw that on the model. This is the classic Solomonic three-room gatehouse. And the entrance was right through the middle. And what we also saw in the model is the older gatehouse, which is right here below our feet. Look behind you. See this? This is a two-room